Did you see about that streamer dude?
Oh, the gay guy?
Yeah.
I mean, so like, who is he?
He's a streamer.
I think it's time for streamers to.
There's too many. And it's...
You mean like the no content ones, like the neon
Just the guys that play video games for a living. It's not. I think it's time for that to die.
It's not good for viewers either. People who are into that.
It's not good for the youth.
The guys are like the Jack, the little kid Jack, whatever his name is.
Ninja.
No, Jack. The Dorsey. No, not
Jack Dorsey.
Jack the Twitter. No, it's the Twitter. No,
just all the guys. All these guys. Yeah, it's not.
Right.
It's not good for the people watching it. It's not good for anything. It just needs to vanish immediately.
Well, when they pop up overnight, that's the weird one for me. Is these new pop up overnight, like the Hawk Tuah girl?
Mm-hmm.
That she's an op. The Bobby Altenhoff girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like she comes in. Have you seen? Oh God, I'm glad we brought this up. Yeah, like that guy. They bring him in. No one knows who he is. Everybody quote likes him a lot. He's chill to hang out with. He comes out as what? He's gay, right? Or he used to fuck dudes or something.
Yeah, OnlyFans.
But like it's almost like they're like, all right, introduce him, give him some controversy, let him exist, and now he's like Bobby Altenhoff.
Bobby Altenhoff is the interviewer girl.
Yeah,
and she does this. She tries to be like dry and sardonic in her interviews.
Yes,
I think. I mean,
she also has that look. Like I like what Bobby Altenhoff looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That like bitchy, jappy girl look.
Yeah.
The Hawk Tuah girl looks like the same designer is of the internet is handpicking this one type of looking girl, and is like,
yeah, I get what you mean. I understand. Yeah.
Like I would like that girl to tell me like, can you not?
Mm-hmm.
Because I would ooze. Mm-hmm. But she's probably she'd probably be really exciting to look at naked. Let's be completely transparent here. No, fat cans, little.
Does she look up her? What's her body look like? Let's see images here.
She recently had a kid.
She's a Leo though.
Did she have a kid?
She had a kid, I think, with a guy.
Trevin, censor that, please. I didn't say anything. Like
no,
Brazilian.
Yeah, I don't need to see anything like that ever. Yeah, I don't know. She just has like this pie face.
Plain.
That I don't like it. There's something about her face that's not. It's not just plain. It's like it's childlike and
yeah, I guess you're right.
Like there's like a malevolence to it or something. Like she looks like she should play an evil kid in a movie.
You know what? You're right. Now I realize I'm going to that white party next year.
Does she have a body?
And I'm not even a tits guy, but they're like abnormally fat. Right there. There's the one. That one underwear. She's a Leo though. Leos don't have typically good bodies.
I've been talking a lot more about the Zodiac to random strangers.
People like it's stupid.
It's for
the weather.
I don't. It's better than talking about. I remember. Did I tell you guys this? I was at a bar. And I was talking to. This is a while ago. I was talking to a girl, but I was doing so bad that I paused for too long, and she was like, "You look like you ran out of things to say," and I like walked away. I was like, "Yep,
kick ass,
nice."
I was like, "I did. Goodbye."
Kick ass, man.
But it was good.
You should have ordered two side orders of mashed potatoes.
Rubbed on your face.
Wore them as earmuffs and walked out.
That's awesome.
Click, click. Mm-hmm. But like she's an industry, she's a plant or whatever. Who cares? Like, she becomes slightly irrelevant. But they introduce these fucking people.
Well, I think this girl does look like, the girl that we knew in California who was, I won't say her name, but she was like, she just had the vibe of, her vibe was that she could do well around famous people. And I think that's just a personality type. Mm-hmm. Like this type of, the girl that's like above it or like too cool for it, I think they're successful.
Yep.
Like there's something about that attitude that they go to a party, and if they're not swept up, they're not outwardly visibly swept up by the starstruck.
Yeah.
And they don't get like destroyed on drugs and stuff. They're just sort of there. I don't know if that's part of how fame works for people that are like whatever this chick is.
Yeah, no, I know I know what you mean. Like, cause they're just not instantly like hoeing or fangirling like some of the comedy podcast girls.
Mm. Do we want to look at
maxing those feet?
Well, Trevor.
No. Get him back up. There we go. Make your money, Sam.
Yeah.
Make your money.
Stanley Cup foot comparison?
The straw top.
Mind if I have a sip?
That's the straw. Let's clean out the middle of those toes with my straw.
Hey. Googie.
Well, can anybody tune something into a killdozer?
You
That's
can,
what I'd be interested.
if you have the willpower and the welding capabilities and scrap metal, yes. I think almost anybody can do that if you have the space in your backyard.
That makes sense.
I found
if
a
you can
killdozer.
cover it.
I found a killdozer on Facebook. Are you on Facebook Marketplace?
No.
There is a killdozer in. It's called an acre.
Get your keys. You got your keys? Let's go.
It's called. Let me just see this thing, and it's like an acre crosser. They called it. Oh, what the fuck! I found it, and I thought I sent it to you, and I was like, I gotta show Charles this. It's like an 8-wheel UTV thing. UTV acre.
Argo 8x8.
It has tracks. This one. Go to images.
Type in tracked UTV. Is it the Argo Centaur?
Yes, that thing on the left. Okay, it's that thing on the left right there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Get some Israeli armor on that.
That's a kill tank. That's a killdozer, right?
You can armor that up.
You got some plates on that, and I think you can really, as long as you don't fall into a basement.
What is a killdozer officially? Like what?
It's a bulldozer that had metal plates attached to it.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah, you got to cover that shit up.
Yeah, you got to definitely cover that shit up.
And if it goes in the you gotta get boosters on the bottom. So if it goes in the basement, you can boost out of it.
That's what it is. Boosters.
That's how he got trapped.
Yeah.
Is he crawled into a basement, and couldn't get out.
Yeah, it was like a home improvement store. They started bulldozing and it like went through the floor.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's a living. You can see him up in the sky. He has a constellation of him if you look hard enough. He's a bona fide legend that ascended to heaven.
No.
Yes.
It's true, Nick.
No.
He is a legend in heaven.
It's a real thing.
You know what the killdozer is, right?
A guy who went nuts?
Yeah.
No,
a guy who went sane.
A guy who went insane. He got fucked with so much. I mean, I'm sure you can get a detail.
You haven't seen this? You're damn right a bulldozer went crazy, friend. Silly man.
When was this? 1999?
This is what happens when you charge too much taxes.
Yeah, like they closed his business off. I don't know.
Whoopsie.
They did a lot of weird stuff.
Well, they did a whoopsie to him.
Wow. Who's driving it, but there is someone inside.
And he went and got a good amount of damage done in return.
It's like zoned him out of his business, like with the streets or something. But he wasn't crazy.
Hell no.
Some could say that he had God in the passenger
Is he
side.
alive?
No, he had to check out after he got stuck in the basement.
And he's ready to take on sheriff's deputies or anybody else.
It was a good idea.
That's a hell of a ride right there.
Damn.
They couldn't stop.
What's a SWAT team gonna do, you fucking pussies?
Welder who spent a lot of time inside a secret workshop.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all encased in metal, and you can't see who's driving or anything.
Darn tootin'.
Isn't that awesome?
He outfitted the dozer with 2 sheets of half-inch steel plating with a layer of concrete in between.
Well done.
A layer of concrete in between?
On this
That's
day,
incredible.
He seals himself in and takes off on a violent ride.
A ride of justice.
Inside his cockpit, 2 assault rifles, lots of ammo.
Gotta be
and video
careful around that
to help him
killdozer.
see where he's going.
You might get shot.
He wasn't using.
Oh yeah, he
that
used
was just
a
in case.
He used a
To see where he's
camera,
going.
so there
A
wasn't.
bank, a hardware store, a concrete factory, even the town hall.
Yeah, town
and
hall.
Especially the police department.
They fucked with him.
Yeah.
This is what he did.
Oh,
There we go.
you got a lot of
Nicely
damage
done.
done
Yeah.
quick.
Nicely done.
It's not easy to drive. Bulldozers move slow and
No, yeah, exactly.
He even exacts revenge on the home of the town's former mayor.
He does have
Yes.
Have you ever seen any?
Oh, what a glorious thing. I didn't know it was that extensive.
I'll tell you something. Driving a bulldozer, they move slow as shit.
Yeah.
The fact that you could even get...
At one point, a heavy equipment operator decides to put a stop to the carnage.
Smart guy, huh?
He climbs behind the
We
He
got a
wheel
was the
smart
first
guy.
to die.
and gets set to take on the armored bulldozer.
now it's Robot Wars.
Quickly, the operator
BattleBot?
finds himself
BattleBots.
in an industrial-sized game.
He's like, come on, you
of chicken.
fucking f***it, let's go.
I didn't know this was a game of Twisted Metal.
Aiming directly for the blockage. Realizing
You can't stop that.
What do you put a
the
fucking
loader
turbo
attempts
on
to
it?
flee, But the armored dozer gives
Got a stage
chase.
3.
It's fast.
Ramming the tractor off its path, it steams ahead to its
Are you
next
kidding me? You
target.
can't stop that
Awesome.
thing.
Authorities seize the narrow opportunity, using the front loader truck to block the dozer in. The civilian operator hurries to safety.
Kills
Snitch,
himself.
narc.
Forced to continue
Kills himself out of
ahead,
shame.
Meyer pushes his
Silly
creation
Billy.
to the limit. The bulldozer grinds to a halt under the rubble of a steel
I can't
building.
watch this part.
Its engine has called it quits.
It's not true.
As authorities try to get into the cab of his homemade tank, Marv Heemeyer takes his own life. It takes officers several hours and a cutting torch to finally get inside the cab.
He wasn't gonna kill
None of
people.
the
Like all those
townspeople
guns
are
were set
hurt,
up, but he wasn't like a
but the
murderous
price
guy. He
tag
just
on this
destroyed property
rampage
and then
is
checked
about
out.
$7 million.
$7 million. I bet
it?
they wish they fucking.
They let his like mechanics shop open because they cut his street access off from. They fucked with him so much that he decided to go out.
What town was it?
in 90s
Yeah.
money, you know.
It was
it's
something
probably
crazy.
fucking 50 million now.
Oh, they'd probably say it's 20 billion now.
Yeah.
If you got that insurance job now, if that was happening right now,
That's a $20 billion job.
they'd be like, "Oh my god, that guy did 2 trillion in national debt." Fucking everybody would get like credit cards with 10 billion on it for a PTSD or
It's
something.
outside of, it's outside of Denver.
Everybody in town gets an Amex Platinum card.
Yeah, it's a black card.
Yeah.
The fucking Amex is like, listen,
There you
we'll
go,
pay
guys.
the bill. There you go. Listen, we don't understand that shit's rough. I want to move to there. Move to that town.
It's amazing.
Granby.
Granby,
Yeah,
Colorado.
you don't mess around. Testing. Next, say some shit.
Test.
Yeah, I can only hear this in my left headphone. Is there a reason for that? Am I not plugged in the back there? Maybe check that. Good to go.
What was it?
There we go. Boom. Perfect.
Isn't that weird? What are the odds of that?
Hi.
You actually, you're
High
a production
chance.
guy. You're
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to unplug a cable. It happens all the time.
I'm thinking like this, literally impossible. Like in my head, I'm like this. No way, it's that.
Next
It's,
to impossible.
can't happen. Pulls out immediately.
Not once.
But it's like halfway in, which is so annoying. That like little shit like that is why I should never be a production.
The crazy thing is, bit flipping or whatever happens from like waves from outer space. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
It might be called something else.
Well, what you mean when a energy wave hits
Yeah, computers.
data storage or something and
Yeah.
flips a bit? Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
Well, information is stored digitally in some cases an electric charge in either a negative or a positive charge or a charge of 0 or a charge of 1, I think. And energy from outer space can, because there's rays that pass through us all the time, supposedly, energy from outer space can change bits in certain types of storage from a 0 to 1 or vice versa.
And erase the data or morph it?
Morph it.
Like instead of like an audio bit?
Yeah, it would make it, basically incomprehensible.
Mhm.
Just for that one, probably. I don't think it does. How common of an occurrence? How rare are bit flips? It says right there. People also ask. 96% chance of experiencing at least one bit flip every 3 days. Interesting. For every 4 gigabytes. Interesting stuff.
So 12.
We got to move underground.
Yeah, we got to.
What do they call that?
They alter the properties of the electron used to store the data, causing the bit to flip. Interesting stuff, guys.
That sounds like warfare.
It's cosmic warfare.
Aliens just fucking with your data.
Mm-hmm.
Like changing your voicemail from like your chick that's calling you like, "Hey Chris, I'm on my way home now," and to like change it to like, "Hey Chris, I love sucking other people's cocks." Like not
happen.
anybody's cock, like shit like that.
There's a book that's about that. It's The 3 Body Problem by Cixin Liu, I think is his name, a Chinese guy, a guy that is actually Chinese.
Wow,
Liu
Cixin.
Cixin.
It's a
I don't
cool
know.
name. I
I don't know
like
how to pronounce it. But the idea in this, there's some far away alien civilization that creates a like a 9th dimensional supercomputer that can move at the speed of light. And what it does is it comes to our planet and alters the results of every particle physics experiment that happens, so that humans don't understand how subatomic particles work, and therefore never discover a way to defeat these aliens. And this supercomputer, it like writes messages on people's retinas in like digital clock readout.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're going to die.
Backwards.
Stuff like that.
You're looking at it.
Wow.
Stuff like that. It's actually a really really good book, and it's got sort of an anti-communist bent to it as well.
Anytime I see a Chinese guy that looks like that guy,
Mhm.
I know that's the cool one.
Yeah, the
Like-
one that has the good cigarettes.
Yeah, that's like the raw welt or the is it raw welt?
Yeah, raw welt big riff.
He looks like that guy, and he's not. He's Japanese, but
Mhm.
he looks like Shishin. Like they have the same look.
That sort of face. That's the
trustworthy Chinese guy.
face of a working class
He doesn't bust your balls.
Asian. No, never.
No, he's not. Look, let's see. I'm not here to bust your balls. I need a GLS for my wife, a big car.
That's like the time I went to see a fob, fresh off the boat Chinese walk-in clinic guy for chlamydia, and he just wrote me 2 prescriptions right off the rip. He said, "Don't worry about the girl. Give her these. Mix in food. Too much complication."
I like that. He's French.
telling me to take the extra dosage of antibiotics and secretly dose her with it because it would be too complicated to tell her. That was his idea.
Really?
Yeah. Do not tell her too much complication.
That's awesome.
That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I have like a newfound respect for Chinese people as a whole.
I think
Based on
I
that
think the
story of
ones
this
in
guy.
China, I think you can't discount them. You have to. I don't think we understand
Yeah.
what a monster it is. But there's people. Someone was telling me about people in China like wearing stuff to fuck with security cameras, like wearing like a chest-mounted like laser pointer thing to like fuck with security, which is doing that. And if you're a guy doing that in China,
You're cool.
you are a cyberpunk. Like that's
Yes.
the highest level like hacker shit you can.
You're like
Yeah.
an MMA guy, basically.
You're like the surveillance camera man doing that in China.
I love that shit. I mean, I did remember there was a movie called like I or something when you realize that Chinese people are like long-term revenge play introverts, but they will get you back in a very clever way. I don't know. It's just, I remember like getting a huge appreciation for, and not just the typical racist thoughts that my dad put into my head about Chinese people.
Yeah, I don't think we need a whole million of them here, but I think the ones over there in China, I'll at least admit that I don't understand them.
That's so that computer, that book, back to this
Three body problem.
3-body problem. Now it's
Can we look up how to pronounce that name, Chris, on YouTube?
That's a
This guy's name?
I like the way that looks on paper. 6 and
Yeah.
symmetrical.
Anyway, you were saying?
It would be funny. It'd be cool if it was Sick. CIXIC.
I think it's C Shin. That's my guess.
Shin,
That's what
yeah.
I'm guessing here.
That's cool. Lucy Shin.
It's like Lucy Liu.
Liu Zeshin
So
Shin
Shin.
Liu Zeshin Liu Zeshin.
Liu Shin.
Yeah. It's all about the tones.
But basically, so it's an interdimensional supercomputer that's traveling just to mess with subatomic particle information gathering.
To prevent humans from
Comprehension.
becoming a higher order civilization so that they can come and exploit the resources of this planet.
And also fucking single moms
Yes.
would be really funny.
Yeah.
Like it had like a sub mission,
Mm-hmm.
but it was the stupidest. It was like eat chicken wings with garlic in them
Mm-hmm.
or something.
Mm-hmm.
it would just fuck with like bikers motorcycles or something,
Mhm.
like, or it would fuck only biker chick single moms, and the way it would do it is it would like unscrew a spark plug of their bike, and they'd be like, "What the hell's going on my bike out here?" And it's like inside the computer has taken a form, but you can still tell it's a computer
Mm-hmm.
in the physical sense of a computer.
Mhm.
Like it has a monitor head
Mm-hmm.
and like keyboard arms and shit, like a tower body. And it was just made of, but it has like a man's face on the keyboard screen.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just like, during the movie, you're kind of putting it together like, wait a minute, he's not trying to fuck this woman. Like this hyper intelligent, interdimensional, interplanetary, intergalactic computer that's taking down civilizations, not just the human race, the rings of Saturn and whatnot. It's going all over. But low-key, it's trying to fuck like
single moms.
backhanded shitbag Sherrys
Mhm.
because somehow it makes them come or something. Like it's like,
Yeah.
like it turns. He's at a shitty biker bar, and you can just hear outside like, "What the hell? This thing was just running good a minute ago."
Yeah.
And then it just like looks up, and it's like,
You hear that 1,000 times across the whole country. Every backwards bar, it's like Harleys with idling badly.
it's just off. It's firing wrong.
Ugh.
That'd be so much fun. That would be my Shishin book.
Mhm.
It's like backhanding them. Then it gets in fights with the moms, and it like backhands them downstairs and shit.
Mhm.
Oh, that'd be fun.